Hi guys, today I'll be showing you how to make this vertically striped crochet dress. I am using 5 colors. You can use as many colors as you like, and I'll be using a 4.0 mm hook. Let's get started. So we're going to make a slip knot like so, and then we're going to make a chain that is long enough for the length that we need. So as I mentioned, the length of the chain that we're going, the foundation chain, would be between starting at your belly button until either your knee, your thigh, your calf, or your ankle, the amount of length that you need. So I'll be making a chain that gives me 12 inches in total. So I have 52 chains in total. But what we need is, we'll need our chain to be a multiple of 3 given the pattern. So I'm going to chain one more to make that 53, so that when I make my chain 3, it will give me 54, which is a multiple of 3. So I'm going to turn, chain 3, then chain 1, because I'm going to skip the last chain and enter into the next. So that's what we're going to do until we're at the end. Chain 1, skip 1, enter into the next with a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, enter with a double crochet. Chain 1, skip 1, enter with a double crochet. So that will be your pattern until until you reach the end of the chain. So remember to chain 1, skip 1, and enter into the next space. Okay, so this is what our first row is looking like, and we are going to change, well, I'm going to change color every 2 rows. So I'm going to make another row of this. So I chain 3, turn my work, chain 1, and then make a double crochet on top of each double crochet. Chain 1, make a double crochet, chain 1, make a double crochet, just like that. Chain 1, make a double crochet. So that's what I'm going to do until I'm at the end, where I will change my next color. So now that I'm at the end and I have 1 double crochet left to make, I'm going to make my double crochet, yarn over and pull through 2, and when I have 2 loops on my hook, I am going to change the color. My next color will be the orange. So to change what I do, just tie a knot on my working yarn of the previous color and just pull it down so that it is tight. Now I'm going to take this orange yarn as my new working yarn to complete my double crochet, just like that, and then cut like so. I'm going to do the same thing as I did in the previous row, where I chain 3, turn my work, I can remove this, chain 1, and make a double crochet on top of the double crochets until we are at the end. So you'll continue with this pattern until you get the width that you need. For the dress, you'll get your hip size, divide it by 4, and the amount that you get, you're going to make this length, the length that you're working with, until you get that width. So for the dress that I'm working on, it is a hip size of 30. So when you divide it by 4, it's 7.5. So I'm going to continue with this row that you see here until I have 7.5. And it can be stretched, but I did mine not stretch. So now that I've completed all the rows that I need for my first panel, which is 1/4 of my hip size that I'm working with, I am going to attach the yarn for the second panel, because I already have 2 rows of this color. I'm just going to tie it on and then bring it down and complete my double crochet, and then cut that yarn. So for the second panel that we're going to start working on, we need to increase the size for the midsection where your stomach is. For a size small to medium or medium large, we will make 4 inches for the chain. For other sizes, you can make 6 inches, or you can measure it on yourself if you have a very long torso. So I'm going to make a chain for 4 inches, and remember it should be multiples of 3 because you need it to have the same pattern that we have here with the double crochet, chain 1, double crochet. So we're going to 1, 2, 3. So I have 17, remember it should be multiples of 3, so I'm going to chain 1, which will be 18. So I'm going to turn my work, hold that last chain and chain 3, and 1 more for the chain that we're going to skip and enter into the next one to beside it. Chain 1, skip, enter a double crochet in the chain beside, chain 1, skip, enter a double crochet in the chain beside that. Now that I have only 1 chain left, I'm going to chain 1 and then make the double crochet into that double crochet space like so. So this is what it is looking like, and we're going to make 2 rows of this. So you'll continue until you're at the end with the pattern until we are at the beginning. So I'm going to do mine off camera and then come back and show you how it looks when I'm finished. Alright, so this is how it looks so far, and you should have 2 rows with this set of increase. Now what we're going to do is change the color again. So let us change the color first. We are going to make another set of increase for the bust area. For a size small, you make 7 inches. For a size medium, you make 8. And for the size that you are working with, you make that amount of inches. So small 7, medium 8, large 9 inches, so forth. And we're just going to do the same as we did. We're going to count the number of chains that we need in multiples of 3 so that we have the same line here, so that we can continue. Okay, so I have 29 chains, and because I said multiples of 3, when I chain 1, that will be 30. So we're going to turn our work, hold the last stitch, and I'm going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 3, 4. Skip the last chain that we have and make a double crochet in the chain next to it. So basically we're doing the same as we have been doing from before. The next panel, that the next set of rows that we'll be working on should give us a total of the first panel that we have, including these 2 rows. So I have 12. I had done 4 before. So I need to make 8 more rows so that it is the same as the first panel. So you'll just continue with the same as we've been doing before until we have a total, including these 2, 12 rows, or until you get half of your hip size. So I'll finish mine off camera and show you how it looks when I'm finished. So this is how the first and the second piece or panel is looking like, and the amount of rows give me about 13 inches, and this is on stretch. So with a little stretch is more than 15 inches, which should be fine. So what you see here, you're just going to duplicate it on the other side so that it is even. So you're going to count the same amount of rows that you have for the longer section. You're going to make the same amount of rows and continue until you have the same total number of rows for the second piece. So I'm almost finished with my dress, and if you happen to be in the same situation as me, when you're at the top and you need to decrease, you can either cut your yarn at the top here, or you could slip stitch and change it down here to match this side. So I just cut mine and did the same here. So I'm going to show you for this part now that you see here what to do in that situation. So the next color that I'm going to use is green. Then just make a slip knot like so, and then follow the line where I need it to be and join it there. Like this. So attach your yarn, pull through, and just chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then turn my work, and then continue with my pattern of double crochet, then chain 1, double crochet, chain 1. So that's it, right? So I'll be doing this row going down until I get the same amount that I have on this side, which was 12 in total. So I'll just continue doing so, and I'll off camera and I'll show you it when I'm finished. So now that I'm finished with the dress and it looks like this, what we're going to do now is to close it. To close it, what we're going to do is to go on the inside. So identify which side will be the inside for you. Alright, so I'm going to take our hook and we are just going to put them together like so. You're going to take your hook, insert it into the double crochet we have here, and tighten that, and then join the other piece we have on the side. So I'm going to go into the chain 3 that we have over the side, and make a slip stitch, just like that. So to continue now, we are going to insert our hook right here where you see you have the braid. We're going to put our hook into the first one only, so leave this. Alright, so we have the braid here. As you can see, we're going to insert our hook into these only, so the one on the right side, and then go across, make a slip stitch. So again, for the braid, we put it in the right loop of the braid only, make a slip stitch. So you find the right loop of the braid, make a slip stitch, and that is what we're going to do going down. So let me show you again. You're going to take your hook in the braid here. We're going to go into this part, the one on your right thumb. Insert your hook and then go over to the other color and insert your hook, make a slip stitch. So that is what we're going to do until we're done. So as you can see, this is how it looks when it is closed. So I'm going to finish mine off camera and then show you how it looks when I'm finished. For the edging, I'm going to start with an easier color since it's at the center here, which is the green. I'm going to make a slip knot and then attach it right here in the space. Chain one. So I'm going to make single crochets to go around until I am at this corner. At this corner, I'll be making some loops for the back, and in the meantime you can hide your strings that you have here. I'm going to make single crochets going all the way around while hiding these excess yarn. Okay, so now that we're at the end, it looks like this. What we're going to do, just to make some loops on this side. So now that I'm basically at the corner, I'm going to take my hook and make a slip stitch. Now make a crochet, one single crochet into that space. I'm going to chain 4, so we're going to ignore this and to come into these 2 double crochets to come into this one. So yarn over like so. The reason why is because we want this to have a rounded edge, so we ignore that. Chain 1 and continue with the same pattern that we have here of double crochet, chain 1, double crochet, chain. Now we're going to chain 1, enter into the same corner we have here with a single crochet, and continue with our edging. Now that we are at another corner, we are going to make 1 loop, just 1, and this is to bring in the bust part of it. So after you've made that insert at the corner, I'm going to chain 3, well, chain 4, yarn over. I'm going to ignore this and then make a double crochet right here, just like that. So that's what we're going to do. Chain one, make a single crochet into the space, and we continue with our edging to go around. So now that I'm at the corner, I'm going to make a chain that is long enough so that it can go around the back and crisscross as I like. To do so, I'm going to make about 200 chains and then slip stitch until I'm at this point to continue with my border. Alright, so the plans have changed for the straps. So I made 100 for the straps, and I'm going to do the slip stitch to come to this point. Now for the crisscross at the back, I'm going to make a separate chains for the strings to connect at the back. So you'll have two different set of strings working with. You can do what I was speaking about before in terms of making the number of chains that you need to go around the back to crisscross, or you can do what I am doing now. So I'm just going to slip stitch and come to this point. When I've done that, I'll show you what to do next. So now that I'm finished with the slip stitch here, I'm going to chain one and continue with my edging. So I'm going to finish mine off camera, and you just do the same that we have on this side. Alright, so I've completed doing the edging, and this is how it looks like. So I've made a chain of 200, and now what I'm going to do is to just weave it in for the back. Just like so. So off camera, I'll just clip these and get rid of the loose ends that I have here. So yep, so this is how the dress looks. So you can try it and let me know what you think, if it works for you, if there's anything I can do to change this pattern, or if you simply like the video, please give it a thumbs up, and remember to subscribe if you haven't done so, and also share with your friends that loves to crochet. Alright, so thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye. Hey guys, so I'm just showing you a video of how it looks when I said to make the corner you have this decrease here just to bring it in, so you have this angle on the bust. Now for the back, as you can see, I have the straps here and the curve here because we decrease. Ignore these. But if you want the back part of it to be gathered, what you can do is to make the strings longer so that you can weave them in to have a more cinched look. So here I've corrected it, making it more cinched at the waist, and this is how it looks.